Our first guest of the day is someone that I hold near and dear to my heart, who I've had the pleasure of interviewing and being around for many, many years, way back when. And we had a period there of 8 or so years where we did not really communicate, interact, and then we reconnected in April of 2020 after an 8-year hiatus, if you will, and we have not talked since. And so, if you're keeping track, that's about 13 or so years and just one interview in between. That blows my mind. And recently on social media, I have seen that life's been treating him well, that he's in a great place, that he's doing exciting things. And so I thought, why not reconnect? Why not reunite with my old pal, Jason Mayhem Miller? And so without further ado, let us say hello to the aforementioned Jason Mayhem.
Look, you're burying the lead, Ariel Helwani.
Okay.
That was your first interview, I believe.
Ever?
In the mixed martial arts. Ever. The first guy you interviewed, Jason Mayhem Miller.
Okay, I don't know if that's accurate, but I do remember the first time we met. That was at the where was it?
I don't know.
Oh, it was at the MGM Grand. We were walking to the weigh-ins for UFC 84, and I saw you, and I started to ask you questions about the Dream Tournament, and you said, "Who are you? What do you want? The scoop? You scoop McGillicuddy? Remember that?"
I do.
Yeah, those were great times. Wow, it's so good to see you, man. How are you?
So good to see you too, brother. I really appreciate what you've done with the sport.
Thank
You've been a great contribution to all of mixed martial arts. And I think people need to understand that and respect that. Now, to what you were saying earlier on the show, I think we teach Ankalaev 16 phrases and just make him smash everybody for a little while.
Like Triple G-esque, like I will smash you and that's it? Just like
Buddy,
stick to
get
those?
that man on some Duolingo.
Yeah.
Stat. They got that in Dagestani? I don't know.
We can look into that. My kids are doing that these days, French, Spanish. By the way, what about this setup that are you joining us from the critically acclaimed Adam Carolla show?
Listen, bud, best podcaster in the world, Adam Carolla. Yeah, I'm on the show every day doing the news. Okay, so we're in a little bit of competition, me and you.
Yeah, no, I would never dare to compete with you. How did this happen? Because Adam Carolla, like you said, one of the most popular podcasts out there. I mean, like, we're here and here, but like, one can dream, one can, strive for big things.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Adam Carolla just picked me out of the dustbin of history, okay?
Okay.
Dusted me off a little bit and said, hey, read the news. And here I am, reading the news. It's a fantastic opportunity for me, because I've been in the media for so long, on and off, like you said, that it puts my skills to test.
Oh, my God. It's an amazing partnership. But did you know him? Like, how did this actually come about?
Yeah. I'm OG. Like, you forget. Everybody thinks MMA just came out in 2020. But in mixed martial arts, it's been very popular in Los Angeles for a long number of years. They had events before the UFC came to LA.
Sure.
And I would fight in those, and I'm the Hollywood fighter. So what happened was I would be on Love Line in the aughts. And I'm talking Love Line, OG Love Line. Everybody figured out how not to get herpes Love Line.
Yes.
And I was a guest on that. And then, I kept up with Adam. I always appreciated the Man Show, all the OG television projects he did, movies and whatnot, and I just kept in touch. And we hit pads before, and because the guy's a boxer, so we had that in common. And eventually, when this job opened up, here I am.
How long have you been doing it for?
Since last year. So I'm getting comfortable with the role. I really have a newfound respect for you, Ariel, to really not just disseminate the information to the masses, but also tune it up and make it digestible to whoever the hell's listening.
And so, okay, so like if I tune into the show, you're legitimately telling me the news of the day?
Yep, accurate. Yeah, I'll talk to you about whatever the hell's going on. Adam gives his take. Man, if we get the populace educated.
Wow. And who compiles the news? Who decides what's going to be said?
I help with it, but yeah, we have a whole team. But that's the benefit of having such an established podcaster as your boss. The guy has a whole squadron. I'm looking at you guys right now of people to help and make sure that I sound all right and look all right. And, I'm very blessed in that way.
And so is this Monday through Friday?
It is.
And so has this given you some structure in your life? Not to suggest you
Well,
didn't have, but
look,
like this is a day to
no,
day
no,
job.
I'll say this. It's definitely very helpful. Before this, I was pretty much coaching and devoting all my time to coaching. Now I have to split the time, so I have a full plate, but work ethic's never been a problem for me. It's more just been getting distracted. And I think with the daily work here, daily work in the gym, I don't know. I feel the happiest man in the world.
Wow. Would you say right now you feel as perhaps you did, over a decade ago when it seemed like, bully beat down and you were actively competing? Is this maybe
Yeah,
even better than those days?
I did. I had a drop off, okay? And a lot of fighters go through it. When you stop competing, all right, you've devoted your entire life to just being competitive, and then now you don't have that outlet. And if you don't find it, then it gets spun off into something terrible. As we keep seeing on the news, it's not a secret that a lot of mixed martial arts fighters from my era have gone through a lot of trouble. And I just went through it a little earlier than them and figured it out before they have, and I hope to God that they do. Praying
Um,
for you, BJ.
okay, so I was actually just thinking of BJ as you were saying that because the last couple of days we've seen some troubling footage from BJ posted on his own social media. When you
Yeah,
see
and look,
this,
I can't, you know, it's sensitive to talk about,
yeah,
and I hope he gets the help that he needs, and I believe he is. I reached out to some people, and I think he can. I think he can. I think he can figure this out. He's a champion in life, and we don't want to see this kind of thing happen with mixed martial arts fighters. I went through it real bad, and I think there's a pathway for him to get some help, and from what I'm hearing, I think it's going to work out.
okay, I'm glad to hear that. Love BJ, and he's a legend. It's interesting because the sport is still so young. It's still about like 30, 31, 32 years old here in North America. And so I feel like only now are we starting to see the byproduct of the sport and what it could do to you and to some of the legends who now kind of face reality that the music has stopped that we would see in boxing. But we used to say to ourselves, oh, this doesn't happen to MMA fighters. It's just that the sport didn't grow up enough for it to happen to MMA fighters. But now we're seeing people struggle, and it's heartbreaking to see. You know what I
Well, I
mean?
think everyone knew in boxing, like there's a framework to kind of help get the guys from the ring to real life. And in mixed martial arts, we don't really have that quite yet. And I feel like if I can help to frame that up, I'd love to. I think I am sort of trying to do that in this era. But every man has to walk his own path. Every champion has to find out how to become a champion in his own life after the ring. So we're gonna see this. We're gonna see this, and I think that if we come together as a mixed martial arts community, that something better can happen for everybody.
Do you think we'll ever see a day? I mean, there's always been talk of associations, unions, but even like a pension for retired fighters. If you fought X amount of times in a certain organization, that you could get something. Do you think any of that type of stuff that the athletes in the NFL, NBA, etc., have will ever come to MMA?
That's possible with the regime change.
Yeah. Okay. So not with this current regime.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. They haven't, invested any money in this type of thing. There's a lot more money needs to be invested in the slap league. So
Yes.
I get it. Oh.
Will you stand to earn from the class action lawsuit that was settled?
Yes.
Are you happy about this?
Yeah, I'll be reinvesting that into my own show. So it's going to go back into martial arts. So yeah, but I'll benefit from that a little bit.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Can I ask, are you sober these days?
I am. I
Amazing.
mean, the strange, that's a strange buzzword,
Okay.
but yeah, I've gotten myself together and like I'm living proof that you can do it. It's not easy, and it's not like if it was easy, everybody would just fall into it, and it's easy to fall into that. So I think the judgment with people that they see some bad stuff on the internet, you don't realize how easy it is with the right combination of toxic people and the classic bad friends, and you get caught up in a wave of negativity where it feels like positivity, you know and but yeah, I really feel great, and feel like I can start to pull up my fellow man.
How long have you been this way?
I mean, my whole life.
No, no,
Oh, you're
no.
talking. I thought you were talking about
No.
insane. No, no. But I don't know. I've been what a couple years now. Like not one of them count the days guys.
Sure, sure, sure.
I'm like, look, every day I come to work, I get after it. I focus, determined, and I love my life.
Did you ever think that you would be in a position like on a show like that? There were some dark days, no doubt, and maybe you weren't even in a position to think about like where you were going or what was happening, but to see how far you have come. And let's be honest, there was a period where we didn't know how this story would play out. But to
Are you
see,
still mad that Patrick Murphy knocked all your dolls on the
not at
ground?
all,
Is that what this is about?
no,
Because if it is, I'll get him to send you an apology.
no, absolutely not. It's one of the most memorable moments in the history of the program. But what I want to say is like seeing you on that set right now and seeing how healthy you appear to be and how happy.
Yeah.
This warms my heart. You know how many
I
people
get
love
it.
you.
Look,
And yeah,
if you like cultivate that darkness, you're just living like an animal day to day, seeing what's going to happen today. And I won't say that it wasn't hard to climb up out of it, but now that I am, I'm feeling spiffy.
yeah. But what was my question was there a point where you thought you would never climb out of it? Like this was going to be your reality?
Nah. If you remember George St. Pierre fight, the whole time I was like, I'm about to win.
Mm.
I'm about to win. I was losing and I lost all 3 rounds, but I was like, I'm about to win. I'm about to get him in a triangle. And if you're still awake, if you're still alive, you could still win.
Yes. Is that the one that you fixate on the most? Like the one that you wish you could get back?
Nah, yeah, a little bit. You know what? No, because the respect that I garnered through the mixed martial arts community on never giving up and really trying your hardest no matter what, and the standing ovation I got coming back to the gym after that fight. No, I'm
Wow.
gonna take it back.
You got a standing ovation when you came back.
Buddy, listen, the guys over at Cobra Kai and Mark Lama's gym train hard, focused, dedicated. But when I walked back in that gym with a black eye, everyone stopped rolling and gave me a standing O.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was a big, powerful moment in my life as a mixed martial artist to understand that it's not just about winning. It's about how hard you fight.
Your history with Nick Diaz, well documented. It's one that we always wanted to see. And I saw recently you also reached out publicly to help him out. Did you receive any sort of reciprocation?
Yeah, somebody gave me a note that, hey, look, he's getting it together. So, that's the note I got. I don't know. I don't want to. Again, it's very sensitive to talk about
Sure.
this guy's journey because I have a lot of empathy for it. Because it's easy, like I said, to fall into this darkness. People do not understand how, if you're a C-level celebrity, it's super easy where a lot of people will glob onto you and like drag you this direction, that direction, or it's super easy to fall into, let alone huge superstar champions like Nick Diaz and BJ Penn. So it's hard for me to like come off without sounding negative about these guys' experience right now. But right now, look, we see that it's not going perfect. And both camps have told me that they're on the right path to get back together.
Do you get any fighters who reach out to you, like without you mentioning them and saying, can you guide me? Can you help me? How did you?
Yeah, well, look, man, look, I learned from coaching professional fighters here in Los Angeles that it's like herding cats and not just regular cats, okay? Jungle kitties with giant biceps and traps and just are slicing and dicing. So you have to herd these cats gently, okay? And no like champion fighter just gonna roll up, ma'am, I need your help. No one's gonna do that. They're fighters, okay? We're all tough. The big part of my problem was that I'm so independent and beastly, I could not ask for help from anyone. And when I finally did, okay, I was immediately took to it, like mixed martial arts. Like I immediately took to it where, oh, I get it. Oh, I get my discipline back. Oh, I get to focus on a goal. It made it specific. I made it a game for myself where, okay, I can win this game. But until guys get to the point where they want to reach out and ask, no one asked the corner to throw the towel. I'll just give that metaphor. Nobody says, hey, will you throw the towel? No. every guy who does the sport of mixed martial arts, even as a hobby, has a little bit of fire in him, something that like gets him determined and gets him up to meet the next bell.
Can you do me a favor? Do you mind helping out Jake Shields? Because he seems to have lost his way a little bit. He's kind of taking some crazy pills as of late. Is there any way that you can help him out? Or
Are you talking about his a Hamas supporter now?
I mean, at the that would be the least
Oh,
of
that's
the.
worse.
Yeah, I mean,
he's worse than that.
yeah. How do you feel about?
I heard. Look, man, this is America, okay?
Yeah.
And while I do not defend what he says, I defend to the death his right to say it.
Oh yeah, no. He can say whatever he wants. I mean, it's
you know
stupid, crazy shit. But I just thought maybe
what
it
is
was,
he saying? Oh yeah.
the Holocaust didn't
He
happen.
skipped like 6 pages of the Holocaust book.
Yeah.
He didn't realize.
Yeah, he figured it out.
6 million ain't enough.
Yeah, he
Hey,
figured.
I think it's I look. I think it's detestable, but I believe that in America you can be as stupid as you want.
Okay, fair enough. But, by the way,
no, but really, like, again, he's not here to defend himself on this weird thing. I'm hearing that, he doesn't believe in a big chunk of World War II history, which is very offensive to me because I like World War II history. I don't know. I don't know why this thing is a thing now, but I didn't have that on my bingo card, Holocaust denialism from Jake Shields.
Yes, no, especially the guy that we used to speak to back in the day. He wasn't, sometimes I don't even think it's him writing this stuff. I think it's someone else writing it for him, but nevertheless.
You're telling me that Jake Shields got a racist chat GPT?
I don't know what it is. I think he figured out that he could get a lot of engagement off of this lunacy. It's
good for, how's his subscriber count?
I don't fucking know. I want nothing to do
with it. I thought he got banned from X. Not even Elon could step with that.
No, I don't think he got banned. Maybe he's not getting paid because it's so like. Think about that. Think about how bad you have to be to not get paid from that platform. I want to ask you about this. Hey there, sorry to interrupt. Just want to remind you, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate it very much. And while you're at it, give us a thumbs up too. You know, we've got live shows, interviews, clips, and a whole lot more going on this here channel. All right, now back to the show. I remember opening up Instagram in September of 2023, and I saw your picture. Do you know what I'm referring to? There was a picture of you, and you wrote this very long, detailed, and thoughtful post about, coming back after you got released from jail and about what life was like, what you thought it was going to be, and then kind of slipping up. And I remember seeing that face, and you looked very skinny. You had a shaved head. You know what I'm talking about? This picture right here.
Oh, yeah, bro. This is tough. This is tough times right here, bud. Yeah, like at this point, okay. Some fan had challenged me to a grappling match in a 5-star hotel, and I choked him out in front of the bouncers. I was really on some ruckus, okay? And I had just had enough, I had enough. And that's when I checked myself into impatient and went for the whole ride and just cleaned up my act, put on a spiffy jacket and started smiling to Ariel Helwani in my head. And now here, a couple years later, here we are.
That was that the turning point that day or that period?
Yes, that period, bud. I was just wandering around downtown Skid Row, getting hunted for my suitcase. And if you want to talk like an AA story, that's it right there. I just slept on a mattress in the middle of the street, didn't give it, just living feral, like an animal. I'll just straight up say it, a monster. Just living like a choking blue belts out at the montage. I don't know, man. I had enough. And I determined to climb up out of it and get rid of the old style Mayhem and then bring a brand new Mayhem. And what the hell? I got a job.
Yes. So you were legit homeless.
I mean, yeah, if you want to call it. I just did abandon all, the Buddha sort of thing, where you just abandon all things that you, personal possessions. I went full Fight Club, dude. Wow. If I would have found a rundown old house, I would have took it over. And actually, I did do that at one point in my life. Now, I just had a crazy rundown house, just a million Mayhem monkeys inside of it. It was really bizarre. It's the only time the cops stopped harassing me, actually.
When you were out there, were people like, oh, I know you. I watched you on TV. I recognize you. Were you getting people that came up to you like that?
Yeah. The people would dap me up, but I look like a maniac. So
Hmm.
even if they did recognize me, I don't think they would come straight up to me.
Okay, man, what a journey, what a life. But I'm glad that everything is okay now. And it seems like you still keep up with MMA, right? You still watch it?
But I'm all over it. Yeah, I'm all over it. I take, uh, you know, I have the time and effort, mental acuity to pay attention to the fights now, and I really enjoy. I think everyone's all bummed out for the wrong reasons. Like I think right now, all the champions are coming. They're saying, "Oh, they're boring." If you're boring, you don't really know the sport. Like, and honestly, if they start matchmaking guys correctly, the fights won't be boring. Like there's a way to make all those champions that are in there who have some more wrestling skills than average, there's a way to make those cards exciting.
So this the narrative that I talk about on the show that there's maybe a lack of stars right now. You're not subscribing to this. You don't believe in
Look,
this.
I'll say, okay, they're not stars, but match them up. Okay, they can't speak as well English that you think English speak well, right?
Yeah.
Duolingo, but I think there's potential to have a super exciting fights out of these so-called boring fighters.
Who's your favorite guy to watch right now? Who's Mayhem's number one dude?
I mean, buddy, look, Marab is not boring. Like
Yeah.
he just comes with a muscle. Like somebody shot this muscle head out of a cannon, and he just goes hard. I think he's got a year or two of holding that strap. Like, where are they gonna find a guy in the jungles of Afghanistan? I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna find a guy to smash that guy at that weight. Look, man, it's just that he's an exciting fighter to watch. That again gets this weird. Oh, it's not exciting. Yes, he is. I mean that's my guy. Well, who's your guy right now?
Well, you know what I want to say. Like the one thing that I always loved about you was at your height, you were the only guy in America to become popular and not have the UFC push you. Right? You were popular.
The opposite.
You were
the opposite.
Yes, you were the only guy.
I made myself. I know. I made myself. Look, there's no secret. I didn't get along with the bald guy. Okay, never did. So I olive branch to him now. I think what he's doing right now is good. It's adequate. UFC needed to grow to this size. Needed to be what it is today. And yeah, I had to go my own path. I saw mixed martial arts as a very different thing. And, with Bully Beatdown, I taught the kids, okay, this is MMA. I didn't know what was going to happen. At that time, people forget the UFC was on like, I don't know, weird, like shaky ground where it didn't have enough money really. And it was a different time. We didn't know what was going to happen. Would a new organization come take their market share? No, they did right. Smart business decisions all around. They figured out how to be homogenized into mainstream culture. And yeah, that's where it sits today. I think it's interesting what happened.
What kind of bums me out is that there's no organizations out there outside of the UFC that allows fighters to do that, right? The only other major organization in the United States is PFL, and they make the fighters wear uniforms. And so I feel like it's very hard for another Jason Mayhem Miller to emerge outside of the UFC because there are no Elite XCs, there are no strike forces anymore. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I think that it's fluid right now. I think that there's a whole different class of influencer fighter coming up. They're coming. They're not signed with UFC. They're not taking the traditional path. There'll be something different soon.
Okay. By the way, is it true Frank Mir tried to kill you in a training?
That's what I heard.
He told us.
I think I got him with the move, didn't I?
What happened?
Yeah, I caught him with the choke or something. He was mad, tried to chase me around I don't know. I was making 170 too. I think that really put something in his craw. I'm pretty sure the story I remember is I tapped him with some weird thing that he did, and then he wanted to kill me. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but everybody wanted to kill me. I'm unkillable.
I was saying to the crew back here, my favorite MMA photo of all time. You know which one it is?
Of course, I still got it tacked up there because you on Instagram because you said it was the best photo. So I take that, man. Man, it's the crown's heavy right here for this photo. God bless you, man.
Yeah, and the great Esther Lynn shot it. There you are.
The great.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because this is I agree. This is a fantastic photo. Esther Lynn has taken all the best MMA photos. I don't know where, man, she just knows how to, some about composition, you know, there's color, palette. There's other art words that I know.
When you see that photo, what comes to mind?
It's a beautiful moment, you know, a moment that I had worked my whole life towards, you know, and especially a hero of mine, Sakuraba. So just a swirling whirlwind of emotions inside you when you accomplish something like this that's, you know, indescribable. And, you know, you can't really catch that feeling in the grocery store.
Yes. By the way, when's the last time you've been to Japan?
I haven't been in a while. I'm planning on going back. Look, I have a store. I'm a partner in Japan LA. Okay, JapanLA.com.
Okay.
Sell adorable Sanrio merchandise. Everything from Japan that's cute lands on my doorstep. I have so many plushies, and it's like you would not expect Mayhem to be the Hello Kitty king, but he is.
Wow.
And yeah. So check it out. You'll have it. Look, you want something for your kids? I got you, bud.
I appreciate that. So what, to recap, Adam Carolla Show, JapanLA.com, still some coaching, yes?
Yeah, coaching. Yeah, I coach at Fight Science. The guy, look, Knife Face, look out for him. Brady Hong. You get tapped if you roll with Brady Hong long enough. One of the best jiu-jitsu artists that we've seen in a while. He's got a title fight in Pittsburgh coming up. Knife Face going to fight on the next UNF card for sure. And why do you call him Knife Face?
Yes.
He's got a knife on his face.
Legit, like tattooed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. That makes sense.
And look, he's a crowd pleaser. Like, he brings the ruckus every fight, okay? Every fight he gets in a phone booth brawl. It's just how it is. It's just his wiring. He's from North Carolina. So, yeah, he gets after it. And Brady Hong has taken home 4, I think, in a row ACLs. So, you know, call your orthopedic surgeon, fire up the MRI if you're fighting Brady Hong.
By the way, we've seen this new outfit, GFL, sign a lot of the older guys. Did they reach out to you?
It's very interesting. Yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't talk to them at all. I talked to somebody who talked to them. You know, I'm fascinated by this GFL. I think with you, you know, maybe you got the Scoop McGillicuddy.
Yes.
But is it legitimate? Is it going to have a big show? Like, tell me.
Okay, so they're planning on having their first show in May. You know, they've dished out a lot of big contracts. They've cut a lot of big checks. They're signing a lot of big names. I will just say my concern is it's a lot of money being paid out before your first show. And when you don't have a distribution deal, when you don't have a broadcast platform, where are you going to make that money back? Ticket sales, tough. You need something. You need something to bring in the revenue. Sponsorship, tough off the bat. And so I love it. I'm rooting for them. The one thing I will say that I don't love this whole season format, playoffs, points, standings.
We've seen this before. Yeah.
Yes, IFL. Just make the big fights. Just make the big fights, make them happen, and that's it. But I hope everyone gets paid. I mean, I think all of you guys deserve back pay upon back pay upon back pay for all the things that you did, especially you guys. Like, you guys, in my opinion, you were there. You were helped make this sport what it is today. You helped explode the sport into the mainstream, and you guys didn't get what you were owed.
Yeah, well, you know, life ain't fair.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're just moving forward, trying my best, and we're all mixed martial artists together.
I thought you were going to say something profound there. But...
Look, there's nothing profound needs to be said. Life isn't fair. The way that things work out is like sometimes you have to make a bad deal because that's the only deal that there is.
That's true.
That's no profound. I don't know what else is.
No, you're 100% right. This has been great. I know you have to get ready for your show, so I will leave it at that.
Man. Hey, look, I want to come on another time.
Please
give me a segment, bro. What's up?
You want your own segment on this show too? Are you not exclusive to Carolla?
I don't know. I'm at the damn. Now that I think about it, maybe I'm just getting fired right now. Go work for Ariel Helwani, Mayhem.
Yeah.
Go ahead. See how it is in New York. You're gonna be freezing your ass off.
But I think we are owed, because the last time I think I saw you in person, was that Lucky Patrick interview. And so I think...
Oh, really? You're right,
yeah,
man.
I think we are
I do
owed
owe you one. I
another...
was just up there, too, for Toy Fair, and you know what I mean? I could have knocked all your freaking dolls
No, I'd
off
rather
again.
not. But next time you're here, please tell us. Please tell us, and we'd love to have you in.
I will, man. I will, man. It's fantastic to talk to you. I really appreciate your time, brother.
Yeah, you're the man, Jason. All the best to you. Keep up the great work, and so happy that you're in a good place. Keep it up.
God bless.
Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.